Good afternoon, Minecrafters. This is Monday, April 14th, 2025. We are live here at Gargamel's table. Yep, I just want to check that audio. I was just streaming about a few minutes ago, but it didn't seem like I had audio. Now I do. So welcome aboard, folks. Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Easter's coming up this weekend. Today we're doing the Trident Farm. We're trying to get that working. So we have ink for Gargamel's the wool to make his body. And yeah, so hope everyone's having a great day. Let's check out the National Day Calendar real quick. So if you were born this day, Monday or April 14th, let's check it out here. You share your birthday with Shorty Rogers, born this day 1924, trumpet and flugelhorn player who's one of the creators of West Coast jazz. Loretta Lynn, the famous country music singer, born this day 1932. Pete Rose, famous baseball player, born this day 1941. Brad Garrett, actor known as Robert in Everybody Loves Raymond, born this day 1960. Anthony Michael Hall from The Breakfast Club, War Machine, Halloween Kill, 16 Candles, and The Dead Zone, born this day 1968. Uh, all right, let's see what else is today. I think today is also National Quantum Day or World Quantum Day, and that's about quantum computing. And Google's been celebrating that today. Also, today is National Gardening Day, National Dolphin Day, Look Up at the Sky Day. Get out your sky watchers, those guys on YouTube, check them out. National Pecan Day or pecan. If you pee in a can, you eat a pecan. National Ex Spouse Day. There you go. So get out your ex spouses with your pecans and your skies and your dolphins and your gardening. And happy birthday, folks. That's your National Day calendar. April 14th, 2025. We are moving on. Let's check the audio. Nice. All right, we're all good to go. Let's keep moving on, folks. Let's get moving on. Um, that Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh my God, man! Now, like, you can start your own company once you make over 25,000, and it's pretty intense. But I tell you, if you don't have good bandwidth, because everything's done on their systems, if you don't have good bandwidth, man, you destroy that your aircraft. It takes like when I first got I bought the company and got the aircraft, it was something like 30 something $1,000 used aircraft. No big deal, right? And then because of the bandwidth and the thing dropped out, I ended up crashing the plane. It would have cost $160,000 to get it fixed and $180,000 to sell it. So I sold it, and I'm thinking a used plane in the game is about 30,000. It's not. It's like 300,000 for the cheapest. So yeah, but there's ways around it. Like you don't have to do the full flight. You can hit this button and then you can end. The game could actually simulate you finishing the flight or whatever until you can get enough money. I don't know, but there's guys on YouTube giving tutorials on how to get around it. But other than that, I was a skydive plane. That was the company I started. It was for skydiving. So um, and it's pretty intense. They actually get characters in your plane that are jumpers, and you get them to a certain height, and they jump out and stuff. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So and then the hardcore world that I've been playing in, World 10, that hit my demise Friday by going into the mines, and a creeper blew me up. So I jumped up. I hit the jump button, and I guess it made me go higher up from the explosion. And when I came down, that was it. It finished me. So World 11. I'm doing World 11 now. So we're going to see how far I can get with that. So the Trident Farm, we were trying to raise the glass upwards so that way we can get these guys funneled all the way around. And I think the issue is we need glass. And that's what I'll be doing today. Trying to get some glass for these guys. I can buy some over here with with the villager I have over here. I'll show you guys what we're doing in 1 second. this stuff in the water. Stand close enough, stuff will jump right into your inventory. Um, so basically, on the sea floor, the reason I can breathe under here is I have a conduit not too far from here. You look at the upper right hand corner of my screen, you see a blue ball with a yellow dot in the middle. That shows that I have underwater breathing, or there's a conduit nearby. So basically, where these kelp is laying is going to be soul sand, like this over here. So from the outside, a drowned will be standing over here, and we'll see. I have to raise this up so they can get to this level. They'll see the turtle egg sitting there. You pick up a turtle egg with a silk touch tool, and you gotta find some turtles, gotta mate them, and then they'll sprout an egg on the sand. And then when they go for the egg, they get pushed up into the farm. And then the farm will push them over this way, all the way around to the other side where there'll be a trident killer killing any mobs coming down that chute on the other side. But I got to get the water high enough so that it pushes them all the way over from the bubble elevator. So that's the chore today. And if not here, then back at the world spawn I have black sheep for the wool, but I would have to work over there until they give enough wool. And I guess we'll work in the library while I'm doing that. But I figured I've been wanting to get this fixed, so let's work on this for today. The reason why I hang over here, because squid will spawn in a fishery, which is that square section right there with all the water. This is a fishery. So squid every once in a while spawns in there. All right. Now I have a librarian over here, and he'll trade glass, but only like 48 pieces a day. So I have to actually gather up some sand. And I think I smelted some sand down below. I have to go check. Hello, good sir. Um, and while you're trading, highlight a tool that needs mending, and then you'll get XP from the trade, and your tool will get mended, such as that. And I think that's all we're going to get traded for today. Thank you, sir. Put the emeralds back over here. I usually trade these guys for fish, and then I get the emeralds. And that's all we've been doing. Just been trying to get this glass stacked high enough. It's kind of like making stair steps. It's the rise and run technique. The further out you want to go with the stairs, the higher up you have to go. How we got the water to be pushed out beyond 8 blocks is you go down and you put a slab underneath of it, and then it goes further out than 8 blocks, which is the limit usually of traveling water on the ground. It's about 8 blocks from a single water source. And this will get lower as we get towards the other side. Huh. All right, let me look down below and see if we have more glass. Might not have to, because this is, like I said, this is going to go down. So let me try to Move these bricks further down. Let's see. There we go. Mm-hmm. There we go. Actually, I don't want to go too low too fast because then I won't be able to reach the other side. So that's the idea of going high over here, extremely high over here. I might have to use it another water source right there. I know I should be going after that squid, but I want to get this thing running first. We'll go after the squid. We'll go after the squid afterwards. I need to get more scaffolding too. If you're wondering why I haven't been attacked, I'm in peaceful mode right now until I get this build done. I don't want to go back into normal mode. What happened was I didn't realize when I made the turn here that that's a couple of blocks as it is as we made the turn. So that was about 8 blocks right there. So I had to go further back to lower. Actually, going to have to go get some more glass. So we're going to go over to my desert village and then go pick up some sand. Might as well pick up a shulker from here before I go over there. I guess I'm gonna have to make another chest because I'm running out of room. It was so funny in World 10. I actually found I was about to do an iron farm, and I found a floating sunken ship in the sky. I was like, that's going to be awesome to build. And I went to the cave and wasn't paying attention, and the creeper came up from behind, and boom, that was it. World 11. But yeah, I haven't found much. I think where I'm at in World 11, there's no village nearby, but there was a what do you call that? A broken portal. So, but I can't do anything with the obsidian without diamond pickaxe. So that's where I left off of trying to. I'm going to have to get diamond pickaxe, all that good stuff. And you're probably saying, why am I not using bundles? Well, gotta gather up some leather and all that stuff. So I'm just trying to get this thing built as fast as possible without having to go wander for stuff that is not a major. I mean, from the looks of my inventory, it does look major, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, that's not where we were last week. I haven't been out this way in a long time, so it's hard to remember the different paths I've taken. It's a rabbit looking down at us. That is a baby camel. That's a smaller camel. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Oh my God. Being an Uber driver, man, you open yourself up to get sick really fast. And because I go to airports all the time. And the funny thing of it is, the ironic thing, one of my grade school pals were just talking on Facebook today about the vaccinations. And I tell you, man, I'm glad I take it. Whew, my God. Yep. And it could have been the food I ate yesterday. I don't know, but it's the first time I've ever had a queasy stomach. Waking up and having a queasy stomach, that's weird. So, and yeah, I don't drink alcohol or anything like that. I gave that up almost the same time when I quit smoking. I used to smoke cigarettes from the time I was 17, which was around 1985 until 2013, and I quit regular and I switched to electric. I stopped electric when I got COVID in 2019, and that's when I stopped drinking beer. I stopped eating sugar, like regular sugar. I do like stevia and all that stuff. So I haven't drunk beer since like I guess like 2019, and so it's not it has nothing to do with that or a hangover or anything like that. So it's just bizarre when I get so when I wake up nauseous. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign because that means I got something else, some type of flu bug, or I ate something bad yesterday. I do admit, I went to one of these 7-Elevens, and they don't normally have hot dogs out by the time I get in there because, like I said, I'm an Uber driver, and it was the end of day, and there was a few on there on the grill. And I'm like, you know what? I'm starved. I haven't eaten nothing all day. Let me grab that. And there was a Danish that was in the. I've seen it. It was in that same Danish was in there for a couple of days, and I know better. I should have gone for it, but I did, and I think I'm paying for it now. I got tons of Pepto Bismol, so it's trying to get me through it. But you should always listen to that little voice in your head that says, "Are you sure you want to do that?" Uh, it felt good at the time, tasted good at the time. That's the thing, if it tastes good, then it should be okay, right? That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. But I'm telling you, you should really check out that Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh man, it's so much fun. I was flabbergasted with the skydiving thing, and then I did a search and rescue. You find somebody out in the it was in Peru, and it was somebody out in the desert, and they were by their car, and you land, pick them up, they'll jump in your plane, and you take them back to the airport. Oh man, that was so cool. Not as cool as that, but cacti. What are you gonna do? Let me see what I have. That's good for now. Let's take that, and we could always come back. Yeah, if you're wondering what the heck's going on, my I play on Xbox, and for whatever reason, I guess the traveling on the ice My Xbox processor can't keep up for the rendering. My boat just got sucked into the nether, or the nether portal. In the meantime, we could try to buy some more from our friendly villager. Interesting. The channel's right here. I'm gonna have to put glass where the fence is right here. So this is going to be a problem. This is where the channel runs, goes that way. And it goes right in front of these guys. Ugh, I don't know. I might have to move these villagers out of here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, oh, there's guys over here. 7. I could actually move them over here. I'll just slide them over there. That's all I have to do. That'll be fine. Let me pick up the stuff I dropped. He should be able to move. I don't. I might have to get a lead. I don't know. I've been meaning to put create an actual crop farm, like on the outside of this place instead of it inside. You're probably saying, why bother putting the slabs down? Well, if they're lower slabs, which they are, the villagers won't. If they step on it, they get stuck. They won't move, just like mobs. That's the idea. It's something to do with the programming. It's like if you're making robots, they follow a path, and it has to be an upper slab. And if there's no upper slab, then it won't move. It gets lost. It doesn't know where to go. It feels like there's no floor there. That's why it stops moving. When I start, how do you freckles? When I when I start moving those guys over, I should. I could just use another brick. I'll figure something out so we don't waste too much time here. Now you're probably saying, why does it matter for them to be next that close to their workstation? It's because for whatever reason, who knows? I've noticed in the past, if they're roaming around freely, they could create more villagers. If that happens, then the iron farm will stop working because there's got to be a certain amount of villagers to the certain amount of beds, blah blah blah, and that's why. But as long as you keep this magical number going, everything works fine. It all comes down to the programming. You're not gonna have to put slabs on top of those, but we're in peaceful mode, so they're okay. Put another one of these over here. And I'm gonna probably have to move this fence. Hey, Call of Duty, how you doing, buddy? I didn't realize you were there, man. I'm not feeling my best today. I'm not paying attention like I should be. So, welcome aboard. If I didn't see you soon enough, thank you for coming by. We're trying to get this Trident Farm finished. I didn't realize it went underneath the actual trading platform, so I'm going to have to do a little jury rigging. But welcome aboard. How you doing? Glad you're here. For those who are wondering who I'm talking to, I'm streaming live on Twitch, and Call of Duty 32 is one of my viewers. I think Call of Duty is one of the few viewers that I have that actually remember me building this place from the ground up. And I did that entirely in hard mode and not in peaceful mode. Since I have a hardcore world now, I figure why have to do it twice? This way I can concentrate on building in this world and hardcore in the other world. Go down below and check to see if I got my glasses smelted, and I can fill this stuff in with the planks. And if you weren't here when I was saying this, I'm going to put another farm out here next to these guys, and I'll give this farmer his own little platform instead of him having to deal with this little crop area thing. All right, now I can go down. Well, I can get some glass from this guy, I think. Let's see if I can buy some. Sorry, dude. That crosshair is too close to him, and then it triggers him thinking I'm going to make a sale. Sale! Thank you, my good sir. Let me check down below to make sure my glass is ready. It should be ready by now. It should be smelled it. And I need my slabs. They're probably in the fisherman's barrel. Now I gotta get some buttons um, so that I can stick a water column because this has gotten lower and I gotta rise this up higher. So in other words, when these guys flow into here, I'll make a bubble elevator goes a little higher and then it pushes them over that way. I thought you can get buttons from cobblestone. I guess you can't. That's perfectly normal. The only thing of it is let me grab those slabs. If I put buttons in there, there's the mobs won't be able. They get stuck against the button. I think that will be a problem. We'll just have to wait and see. I guess I don't know. And then it's got to go out that way. So if I put a slab in here, it should cause it to flow that other way. Nope, it's too far up. There we go. And that's it. And then the rest of it is normal. And they're going to go down inside that little hole down in there. So now I got to bring the kelp up to these levels and it should work. You can test it out and see if I drop down. I won't be able to get up top there unless I swim back, I guess. So once I put the kelp in to reach the bottom of these slabs, and then I break the kelp through the soul sand down, the bubbles should reach to the bottom of the slabs, and that way this will always will flow, despite there not being any slabs here, because the top of the bubbles would be will take the place of the slabs, if you can understand that. So when the guys come up, they're pushed this way, and hopefully all the way over to that portal. Just hope those buttons, I'm going to have to fill this in with glass and stuff too, but I'm hoping those buttons don't cause the mobs to get stuck. I could use signs possibly, but they can get stuck on signs too. Once I get pushed over, that's what I'm working. Okay, I'm gonna need another button, like right there. See if I can get out of this. There we go. That's why I tested out. Let's see. Because the water is flowing back and we want it to go forward. So let's see. I really don't want to go into that hole over there, but let me see if I can get past these buttons. Yeah, well, kinda. Because what's going to happen is the bubble's going to push the mobs up, and the button's going to push them, get them stuck right there. But the only way I'm going to know is by putting the kelp down. Let me see what time it is. Alright. Let me go start filling all that in with kelp. What I can do is break that kelp through the soul sand down and keep moving along. I have to go find the soul sand. Been waiting for a wandering trader with the pickaxe. I'm trying to see if he's got it. Nah, not this guy. But he's got, pretty decent trades. I think that's just, he only trades invisibility though. Where's he at? Yeah, because that's what he uses most of the time. Alright, let's go down to the bottom and clear this stuff out, and then throw the soul sand in its place. I gotta patch that one spot. There's a gap in there near the my actual elevator going down to the basement of this place. I gotta plug that hole in real quick before I continue with this stuff. Just need one piece of stock. I guess I'll use that one. See, as long as I'm not sinking down, it's working. See, that's the idea. And then it gets pushed over. These two, I think I got ahead of myself. So I'm going to have to make sure that these are all water source blocks going up. As long as I can't swim down, then I know it's that's how high you want it. The other ones I'm gonna have to work on here. Yeah, like this one. And I'm hoping that all this glass will keep the stuff that drops from the fishery inside the fishery, not outside like you just saw there. See how it's flowing this way? That's the way it's supposed to work. It's not supposed to stop. Just keep on going all the way around. But I gotta do the kelp for all these slabs, and then put in the bubble elevators for all these spots here. But this is how it's supposed to work. I'm gonna cover it with glass, so that way the drown don't burn. Might have to use slab on top of the glass so the sun doesn't burn the drown. As long as they don't touch the water, I think they're okay. Yeah, I gotta put all that stuff in there, but that's the idea. That's pretty much the idea. Um, Let me see. I can test it out to see. We can see if the drowned go in there. Let me. Oh shoot. Yes, that's working too good. I won't be able to get that killed. Let me see if I can sneak into this other side in between. There we go. I don't want to waste anything. Yeah, I used all my slots are filled up. Let me start putting them down. I'm not going to do the entire stream doing this. We'll come back Wednesday and finish it. I'm not feeling my best right now. I want you guys to get an idea of what I'm doing. What's the idea for this? I might have to put a bucket of water on top of the kelp because there's a gap. It doesn't look too bad, but I just want to make sure. Nope, that's not it. Alright. Grab another bucket. Come in between the two. There we go. I can finish putting the kelp on top. And pick up the other kelp that's sitting out there. And we can turn this, go into hard mode, or yeah, go into hard mode and see if the drown get pushed up in there. But that's the idea. I need more eggs, more turtle eggs, all kinds of stuff, but that'll get going for now. Let's go into hard mode and see what happens. I'm curious to see if they go all the way around to the other side too. But the thing of it is, the other problem is, I might have to raise the platform so that these guys can see the eggs. They should go towards it. If I can stay close over here, they should come towards me and then go to the eggs. They're right behind me, aren't they? Yep. Yep. That was the guy with the trident. Let's go to the top and see if anybody's bobbing to the surface. Gotta get some food out because I'm in hard mode. should start seeing them pop up over there. Oops. I don't want to go down there. If I hang out over here, they should start popping up. I'm gonna have to probably clear out all that kelp so they can see this area better. That guy with the trident's not. If he catches a load of me, it's not gonna be good. I think he sees the eggs, but that kelp is stopping him. The other sound you're hearing is the zombie piglins coming in through the portal. Maybe if I swim over here. I moved the trident, the conduit so that they wouldn't be affected by the conduit. I had it up really close to here. The conduit was killing them. I might have to raise this up so that they can see. Oh man, it's come. Darn it. Might as well pull out my trident. Yeah, if they don't see the eggs, they won't go towards it. So I'm going to have to throw a platform down there so that it's about as high as the eggs. There they go. There's as long as I stay in the area, more will spawn. The idea is if I'm inside the, you know, using inside here, inside the base on the other side of that wall, they should be drawn towards this area. See, when I got out of their way, I got further away from them. They stopped locking on. He should move towards the egg. Now, I tried it out before. They had no issue finding the egg and stuff. Now, I don't know why. Maybe the bubbles, there's too many bubbles or something. I don't know. It worked before. There is an egg in that one corner over here. Yeah, I gotta make it more enticing for them to go in there. There it goes. Oh, I don't want to be stuck in there. Maybe if I go inside, like I was saying, maybe they'll go towards that egg. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Snow golem throws the snow. So the slime is drawn towards the golem. You can hear the bubbles. I'm gonna have to put glass out there so I can see. All right, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put glass in there so I can watch these guys. Let me go to the, what do you call that, peaceful mood. And we'll put glass in there, and hopefully they should come towards us. If I won't destroy any of my things inside here. I don't know if I don't think I have any glass. Let's see if we can go back into hard mode and see if that makes a difference. I will have to probably light that area out there so you can actually see. Yeah, you can see them out there. They're in that corner over there. I don't think I have any sea lanterns. I think I could use regular lanterns out here. I don't know if I have even any regular lanterns. I got iron. Be nice to do the whole outside with sea lanterns. There's a guy over there. Right there. They're just not. I could make like a trail of breadcrumbs towards these eggs, maybe. I think I'm gonna have to put stairs or something like that so they can actually walk up on that block. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. There he goes. He's doing it. It's just taking a little bit of time. Shoot. Yeah, he's locking on to me. Maybe if I can. Oop. Shoot. I don't know. I think I have to be close to him or this area for them to get towards the eggs. But I'm hoping that once I the fish is going in there. I'm hoping that that while I'm inside the base, that it'll draw them towards the eggs. That's driving me nuts. I think there's another guy behind me. No. I have no idea why they won't go the rest of the way over. It was working before. Last time I tried this, it was working. There he goes. These guys are in there. I was muted. Once again, thanks for stopping by. Have a good Monday. Check out my community tab on my YouTube channel. I have a Discord link and a world download link. Check them both out. If it's not working, let me know. And please check this stuff out. Have a great Monday and see you Wednesday.